Hello students, this is a lecture on living anatomy of inferior extremity. The questions which are commonly asked, these are we are going to discuss in this lecture. The examiner may ask you to palpate the femoral artery pulsation, popliteal artery pulsation, posterior tibial artery or dorsalis pedis artery pulsation. He may ask you about the great saphenous vein and short saphenous vein course. Femoral artery pulsation can be felt at the mid-inguinal point against the head of the femur and the tendon of psoas major, while popliteal artery pulsations are felt behind knee joint in popliteal fossa between femoral condyles. As this artery is situated deep, so flexion of the knee, it helps in feeling the pulsation of the artery. The question can be asked about demonstration of the pulsation of posterior tibial artery. It is palpated about 2 cm below and behind medial malleolus as shown in this figure. Posterior tibial artery is palpated between medial malleolus and calcaneus under the flexor retinaculum. Examiner may ask you about demonstration of dorsalis pedis artery pulse. It is one of the commonly asked question. Dorsalis pedis artery is a chief palpable artery of foot. It is commonly palpated in patients with vaso-occlusive diseases of lower limb. It is continuation of anterior tibial artery in foot. The pulsation of dorsalis pedis artery are easily felt between tendons of extensor hallucis longus and first tendon of extensor digitorum longus. Here you can palpate it between first two metatarsal bones. However, this artery is congenitally absent in about 14% of individuals. Question can be asked about the course of great saphenous vein. Now, great saphenous vein, here you can see in this figure, formed by this union of dorsal venous arch and medial marginal vein. It is in front of the medial malleolus, then it ascends upward and then crosses the lower 1/3 of medial surface of tibia obliquely and runs along the medial border to reach the back of the knee. Then again it comes in front of the thigh and then ends in the saphenous opening by entering into the femoral vein. Great saphenous vein, here you can see it is in front of medial malleolus, where it is closely related with the saphenous vein. So care should be taken to avoid injury to saphenous vein in case of venipuncture of this vein. The question can be asked about the course of small or short saphenous vein. You can see this vein, it ascends upward behind lateral malleolus to reach back of the leg. Here it is accompanied by sural nerve. Demonstration of movements at different joints is commonly asked question in exam. Here the hip joint movement, knee joint, ankle joint and subtalar joint. The first, demonstrate movement at hip joint. Here we know that flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, medial rotation, lateral rotation at this joint, and the muscles causing these movements are already discussed in lecture. Then the next joint movement which are commonly asked, these are the movement at ankle joint. Here the movements taking place, this is the dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. As it is a hinge joint, only two movements are taking place here. The dorsiflexion is principally caused by tibialis anterior, while plantar flexion by gastrocnemius and soleus. Question can be asked about demonstration of movements at knee joint and muscles causing these movements. The commonly asked question, one of these is the movement at the subtalar or talocalcaneonavicular joint. It is inversion and eversion. And the muscle causing the inversion, these are tibialis anterior and tibialis posterior, while eversion is caused by peroneus longus and peroneus brevis, which are lateral compartment muscles. Here you can see different movements and the nerve roots involved. This is the knee flexion and extension. This is the inversion. This is eversion. Plantar flexion and dorsiflexion taking place at the ankle joint, and this is at the hip joint. Flexion, extension. Now, in relation to muscles, the questions can be asked about testing the power of the muscle. Now, if the patient is able to perform the action against resistance, that means the muscle power is grade 4. And if he is not able to do it against resistance, then power is less. Here, how will you test the power of gluteus maximus muscle? We have to, the patient is in the prone position and patient is requested to extend his hip against resistance provided by physician's right hand. Then question can be asked about how will you test gluteus medius, gluteus minimus and tensor fascia lata. Person is in supine position with knee extended. He is requested to abduct lower limb against resistance as shown in the figure. The contraction of the muscle is felt by the physician hand. The question can be asked about how will you test power of hamstring muscle. The patient is in prone position. He is requested to flex the knee against resistance. The question can be asked about testing the power of adductors of the thigh. In this, the patient is in supine position with right lower limb abducted. Patient is requested to bring the limb medially against resistance of physician right hand. How to test quadricep muscle. Person lies supine with lower limb and hip and knee joint partially flexed. The person is asked to straighten the knee against resistance, and contraction of quadriceps is felt by left hand of physician. Here the way to demonstrate testing of power of dorsiflexors of ankle joint against resistance. Now nerves and reflexes. Here the patellar tendon reflex. The root value of this reflex is L3 and L4. On tapping the ligamentum patelli, the extension is produced at the knee joint. For that, we have to relax the muscles of the knee joint by flexing the knee. The tendo achilis reflex or ankle jerk having the root value S1 and S2. The foot gets plantar flex on tapping the tendo achilis. Now here the site of intramuscular injections in lower limb. In this we give intramuscular injection in the gluteus medius, that is the anterosuperior or upper and outer quadrant of the gluteal region. Another site for the intramuscular injection is the vastus lateralis, the anterolateral aspect of thigh. So this is about the living anatomy. Thank you.